Hi, collective. I hope you're all doing well. So, I'm getting a lot of messages and I'm trying to sit with it, trying to relax with the energy because you should never feel rushed with anything that you receive. You know, you should always have time to sit with the energy, and this is part of the message, and understand what it is that is coming towards you. Especially, well, for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a channel or you identify as a psychic or not. We all receive messages, which is really the theme of this reading. There's something about an omen, but we all receive messages in our own ways. And it's important that we understand that sometimes, most of the times, spirit and our own intuition doesn't speak directly to us. Rather, it offers symbols, signs, synchronicities, events for us to interpret. So we need to take the time to sit with that energy, sit with that message to really understand it. There's a difference between knowledge, which is receiving things, receiving information, and wisdom, which is applying that knowledge, knowing what to do with it, knowing how to make sense of it. So that in itself is a message here for someone, well, for all of us, really. But there is an omen here, or there will be a series of omens, 3 omens maybe in a row, that spirit really wants you to pay attention to. These aren't necessarily superstitions, I'm hearing. Interesting. They are out of the ordinary events. An encounter with an animal that you don't see often. Maybe it's an opossum. Maybe I'm hearing a gorilla. I don't know. I don't know how you're encountering a gorilla. Maybe it's just an image or something. But there's a bird, something that you don't, but it's a particular bird you don't see often. You'll know right away that this is an uncanny omen for you, or it's an unusual occurrence or event that is happening. It could be a number frequency, it could be seeing your name somewhere or somebody's name somewhere, but it will happen in a series of 3. And you don't need to look for it. It will come to you. Okay? And it will happen, they'll happen quickly. It will be a quick succession. And the reason for this omen, well, we're going to do the cards and find out, but it's something to do with a warning about, it's like being made aware of someone or something. Spirit wants you to observe something. I hear before you serve something. Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's specific. Don't bring yourself, I'm hearing, from a place of having to have not. Okay, maybe somebody's going to ask you for something or ask you to do something or suggest something or say something to you, and it brings you from a place of feeling like you're open and you have everything to a place of having not. There's also something about keeping the energy open, like open to receive the energy. Be open to it. Maybe you want to sit with your palm up when you want to receive. Okay. What else was there? There's something you're going to see in it. It could be in addition to these omen things I'm talking about, or it could be a part of it. But there's something you're going to see of someone, or you're going to recognize something. Maybe it's something around them, something they're wearing, something they say, or the people that follow them, I'm hearing. I don't know. There's something that you're going to be like, that's interesting. And I don't know if it's necessarily good or bad, but it's going to say something to you. It's going to spark something to you. It's like people are going to reveal themselves in some way. And I'm getting this direct message that someone here may be watching and see something in my energy or interesting or environment. They're going to be like, I don't know about that. And that's okay. You know, maybe it's that we don't resonate, or there's no connection, or the message is not meant for you, or maybe you are picking up something in my shadow that you need to be aware of. Everybody has a shadow. Okay. So it's not about, writing people off, although feel free to do that if you want with me, but it's not about that. It's about staying attuned and staying perceptive of other people's shadows, because they're obvious. Also, it's a lot. I got an appointment to go to, Spirit. Okay. I might come back and do an extended on this after. I don't know. We'll see where we go with it. But there's something here about tarot, okay? Or any kind of, it doesn't have to be tarot in particular. It could be a friend telling you something. Somebody trying to tell you something you don't already know, or tell you something but they're saying it like you should already know this. This kind of came through in Capricorn a little bit. But it's like, sometimes when you watch tarot readings and the reader's like, this is how you feel. That's how you feel. And I want you, I'm hearing this. I want you too, but I'm mostly hearing this. I want you to think about whether that is how you feel or not. Don't just accept it wholesale, and don't kind of let it roll off. Like, really consciously decide whether it is the way you're feeling or not. And if it's not the way you're feeling, don't listen to the rest of the message. Because there's something here about listening to readings where, or talking to a friend or something, listening to a song even, where it's telling you how you feel and you don't feel that, but then later on in the message, there's something that you want to hear and you're picking, and you decide to pick that part up. I don't know. Something like this, okay? And it's not nothing wrong with the reader or anything. It's just Spirit wants you to be very conscious of how you actually feel about yourself in your own situation. Do you feel out of sorts? Do you feel out of control? Do you feel like you can't stop thinking about someone? And maybe you do, and that's totally cool. Or maybe you don't, right? So just when you're listening, really listen, really observe, okay? And be conscious of the shadow of readers too. Sure, our shadow comes out all the time in readings. Like, you cannot avoid, you can be conscious, but you cannot avoid your shadow. You can be totally conscious when you're reading and be like, yeah, this is about my situation too. I can totally see how my subconscious is interpreting this card in this way. And then you decide in the moment, is that relevant to the reading? Is this in a line with what Spirit wants me to say? Or maybe this is something should I put in my backpack and save for myself? And that's, being aware of the shadow. And sometimes, interpretations that I have are relevant for me, but they're also relevant for you. So I decide to share them. But there's others out in the world, obviously, who are not thinking that way. Okay. Or they know, but they're masking it. They're acting as if it isn't part of their subconscious, right? And it is. It is, of course. We don't remove our brains when we channel or when we interpret cards. So don't forget that. All of our memories, all of our subconscious, the songs we hear, that isn't like, that isn't Spirit putting a song I've never heard into my head. It's calling up a certain memory of mine of a certain song, that maybe another reader wouldn't have because it's not in their brain. Know what I'm saying? All right. I don't know. There's some big message here about that. Like, Spirit really wants you to be careful right now of what you take in as your own. And there's nothing wrong with listening to readers or whatever, and just like enjoying them and taking it in, taking it not in, deciding what you take, deciding what you don't take, as long as you're being conscious of it. Don't be passive. Don't let someone put something onto you, including this message, right? That's not what anybody should want you to do. Anybody, working with the light, that is. Okay, Spirit, let's see. What else is there? Don't give up on your goals. Goals do not happen in a straight line, okay? We know that, right? But sometimes we need a reminder. And this is some, I'm hearing fitness, okay, could be other things as well, but you know, there's ups and downs, and that's just the wave of energy. It creates a momentum, I'm hearing. It's like, yeah, it's like a pendulum. It goes back and forth. It's a momentum that you need to achieve your goal. If it was just a straight line, it'd be really like, the force would be so significant that when you get to the top, it would, like, you know, there's nowhere else but down. You would rather, I don't know if that's a good way of explaining it, but you'd rather want like ups and downs, like waves, you know, momentum. The ocean doesn't stop. The waves don't stop. Okay. Let's get into the card, Spirit, and see what else you want to say. Woo! Omens. I wasn't expecting it to come out like that. Oh yeah, and I brought this Secret Signs and Symbols book down because I think there's an omen that we're looking for. So let's see what Spirit has to say. What do you want to say to the collective? Monad. The monad, and it's interesting, look at this symbol here. The monad, in essence, refers to the upright symbol of a vertical line, but is also taken to mean the one, the Godhead, the intellect. The root of the word is Greek, and it shares its origins with the word monastery as well as mono. Dr. John Dee was an occultist and astrologer, and most famously was advisor to Queen Elizabeth I. He devised a magical sign that he called the monad, which is illustrated here. Published in 1583, the monad of Dr. John Dee is an amalgam of the four symbols that represent the sun, the moon, the elements, and fire, since this related to Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. This monad carried such logical symbolic meaning that it was adopted by the alchemists. Dee also pointed out that his monad contained the constituent symbols of all the planets too. Whoa, that's so cool. I don't know what that's about, but something about alchemy and the coming together of different elements. Let's get one more. The monad. I feel like, do I even have a pen here? I feel like I want to draw it. I don't have my pen. The monad. Can you draw it with one finger? Or must you lift your... That's interesting. You would for the crown, but must you lift the pen from the paper to draw it? That's what I'm hearing. I'm going to have to try that later. Maybe you want to try that. But what's up with that message? Must you lift the pen up to draw it on the paper? Okay, I feel like, I don't know. Take what you will from that message. There's something about connections. Okay, can we get another... Cool, thank you. Can we get another omen or message for the collective? Elven star. Okay, these are interesting. This book has all sorts of things. Like you see the egg, it has like, you know, I don't know, lots of different things, like different animals. So it's interesting that we're getting kind of esoteric occult kind of symbols. This 7-pointed star has several different names and occurs in many different magical traditions, including sacred geometry. It is known as the septagram. For Wiccans and pagans, it is also called the fairy star. For others, it might be referred to as the star of the seven sisters. Cool, since it is associated with the cluster of 7 astronomical stars called the Pleiadians, or flock of doves. Oh, I didn't know that the Pleiadians were called the flock of doves. These celestial sisters were believed to guard the axis mundi, as depicted by the pole star. Wherever it occurs and by whatever name it is known, the elven star is a reminder of the sacred significance of the number 7. Okay, so this might be important, the omen. The 7 days of the week, the 7 planets of the ancient tradition, the 7 magical metals, and the 7 pillars of wisdom. For the Egyptians, the star represented the 7 spheres of the afterlife and the 7 wise people that the soul would meet on the journey. As I'm saying 7 over and over, I can feel some kind of energy. So I don't know phonetically what's going on there, but there's something about the sound of 7 as well. I'm going to look that up. The septagram is also an important symbol in the Kabbalah, where it corresponds to the sphere of victory. Here too, it acts as an aid for all things that come in groups of 7. Like the pentagram, the elven star can be drawn. Oh my God, guys! Oh my God! The star can be drawn without the pen leaving the paper. I shit you not. A telltale quality of a protective symbol. Specifically, the elven star is said to defend secrets from the outside world. Ooh, I don't know about Aleister Crowley. We got some opinions, but it says Aleister Crowley adopted a 7-pointed star as the seal for his Silver Star Order. I don't know about that part. Anyways, wow. Tell me what you think about Aleister Crowley. I'm not really sure. I have his blue book because whether you agree or don't agree, it's always good to understand what it is you don't agree with, right? So I'm going through that right now, actually. But holy shit. Like the pentagram, the elven star can be drawn without the pen leaving the paper, a telltale quality of a protective symbol. Okay, so your omen that you're going to see is a form of protection. Thank you, guys. That was cool. Let's get into the reading. Okay. There's something here about cutting an energetic cord here. I'm seeing very clearly. Thank you. Birds, interesting. Birds could also be another omen. And we have a clover. Seer at the bottom. This is about your psychic intuition. Don't relinquish, your powers, that you were born with here as a being, to somebody else. Seriously, tarot's fun. It's a lot of entertainment. It can be viewed in that way, or any kind of divination. But you do still need to be careful, okay? Because and I'm feeling this in the pit of my stomach here. You just have to be careful, okay, about how much of your energy you want to open up to others and give to others. Be careful of who's getting into your subconscious. And it's not bad to have others in your subconscious, but you do want to be careful with it. 7 of Swords right there. When I was in high school, I used to have a lot of people tell me that they were dreaming of me. I thought that, people I wouldn't talk to in high school. They'd just come up to me in the halls and be like, "It's so weird. I had a dream of you last night." I'm like, I don't know. You're super weird. Stalker. No, I'm just kidding. But there's something here about who appears in your dreams. It's not to say they're bad, or there's anything bad, but just when someone's appearing in your dream, there's something about that person. There's a few things that could be going on, of course. There's something about that person that is represents a part of you, okay, that you're strongly resonating with, that you connect with. That maybe it could even be their shadow, or it could be a good aspect of that person. But typically, if you don't know them well, like if you're not super close to them and intimate on a 3D level, then they are just a projection and a reflection of something within yourself. And that's cool, because we meet our mirrors constantly, I'm hearing. We meet our mirrors. But then there are also instances in which we allow someone into our subconscious, I want to be careful here with what I say, but to kind of take root there, and plant ideas. Of course, this is all up to our control. We have control over all of this. And I think that's what Spirit's trying to remind you of, is how much control you have over your own thoughts, your own intuition, your own feelings, your own fate, and your own future. Okay? It's never up to another. It's always up to you. Page of Wands. Am I going to be late for my appointment? Let's look at this. And if I need to stop, then I will come back and start again. Okay. So, current energy. We have the shears and the Seven of Swords. This is very clear to me. You are cutting ties here. I'm seeing Moon in Aquarius. Okay, maybe there's like a cold... Well, Moon in Aquarius... is actually a good energy, I feel like, to kind of embody at this time, in this moment. It's I feel like right now, as I'm feeling it, it feels like a very individual energy. Aquarius is the humanitarian. We all have Aquarius in our chart. And it's like loving others, right? Connecting with others, understanding the oneness, like the first, like the monad symbol, like understanding others, while also understanding that one is their own individual. Where is Aquarius in your chart? For me, Aquarius rules my 5th house, which is the house of love, right? So I love everybody, which is... No, but I do. I really do. I do. I can love from a distance, and I can love somebody's light and not accept their dark, But it's like loving everybody, but also understanding how I am not them, I am not necessarily them, nor do I need to connect to them. There's some message here for you about that. What's this I'm seeing? Something about a restaurant I'm getting. Something about fish in a restaurant. I don't know. Specific message for someone. Okay, so you were cutting ties. 7 of Swords. You were cutting ties. Ooh, interesting. With somebody, I feel like, who doesn't... honor your individuality. And remember I was saying keep your palm open to receive energy? And look, that's what this person is doing. And these 7 swords here are kind of acting as a protective, like, I want to say reef. Barrier, like a reef barrier. Okay, wait. What is the collective cutting ties with? Tell me exactly. Knight of Wands. Some energy here that really comes towards you with full force while you're busy trying to cultivate something for yourself. I also feel like someone's looking for you. Interesting. Someone could be looking for you. I feel like in the dream state. I don't know what this is about exactly. Somebody wants to dream about you, or they're looking for you on Astral, or they're trying to connect with you. You're cutting ties here, though, with someone or some energy. It doesn't have to be a person, but some energy here. Tell me one more. Oh, my ear's ringing right there. 2 of Wands here. Ooh, oh, no, that's interesting. it's like someone who's trying to control your decisions. Or wants to. Protect your, empower yourself, I'm hearing. Okay, let's keep going. Something surprising that is coming up here. We have aura. See, this is why I was seeing like shears and aura. It's like you're cutting ties with someone in your auric field. Aura with temperance. Wow, beautiful. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, if not, hi, my name is Andy. But if you have, then you know that temperance is my angel card here. Whenever temperance comes out, it's like angel protection, you know, or however you want to believe and think about that, you know. Yes. I'm hearing sacred geometry, which did come up, which is Metatron, and I am wearing Metatron's cube here. You maybe want to look into the symbol of Metatron's cube as well. But you, regardless of what you believe or what you think about that, you are protected, whether you like it or not, okay? You are protected here. Your aura is protected. And I feel like this omen, these threes, whatever is coming in 3 here, and I'm looking at these 3 stones here, it's like they're going to make sense together. They're going to be different, but make sense together. And this is going to surprise you because it's going to confirm what you've already been feeling and thinking. It's something like when I said that thing about pen and paper. You know, I had no idea that I was just about to read that, but it's like, it's just validation, right? Affirmation that I'm tuned in, I'm tapped in, right? And it's validation for me, of course, but also for you. So it's something like you're going to witness here like that, but about yourself and your own situation. Okay, something that's ending. We have garden with the Chariot. There's something going on here where you were made to believe you were put in motion towards something, or someone was put in motion towards you, or there's some momentum to something. Again, that momentum idea. But really, with the Chariot, like you thought you were charioting, okay? But really what you were doing is you were kind of being caged here. See this? You're no longer there. It's ending. But it looks almost to me like a bird cage. See, this is the illusion we can get into when we give our power away. We can get into this illusion that something is happening, and it will just happen for, how do I say? You need to know where you're at, I'm hearing. Okay, tell me more about this. King of Cups in reverse. Now look at this guy, okay? He's got a halo on his head, and he's got his hand out like this. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that mudra, but I was talking about your hand like this. But this is like stop. But how I'm seeing it, because he's showing up in reverse, and I'm feeling like this is you and another, mirrors, right? So this is someone pushing energy onto you here, while, you know, seemingly coming from a good place. This could be anyone. This could be your parents. This could be your brother. This could be your lover. This could be your friend. This could be anybody. This could be society. I'm not thinking of anyone in particular here, okay? And it's also you saying, stop, I've had enough here of this. So that's ending. Whoever you feel like has been trying, maybe you're dreaming of someone constantly and you feel like they're trying to get you to trying to tell you something, and it's at the point where you don't feel like it's your own subconscious anymore. 3 of Swords. Something might be painful. Maybe you're waking up feeling anxious or something like this. This is what's ending. This is what the omen is telling you, is the infiltration of outside energy upon your own. Needless information without wisdom is ending. Your acceptance of it. Okay. Something that's beginning. Anchor. And King of Swords. You hear that creak in my house? I know, it's just a creak, but that doesn't happen often in my house. I have no idea why I even said that. Okay, maybe there's the creakiness or something like this, you know? And the creakiness, of course, is like wood expanding and contracting with humidity. I feel like, yes, I feel like I'm seeing as you move away from something, it's like they shrink. They get like further and further into the distance, and like the energy shrinks and you begin to expand, and you anchor yourself here in your own truth here with the King of Swords. I also feel like very interesting. You have no problem calling this person out or seeing things. Look at this. Look how angry, or not angry, but like confronting this person is to this person. Now, this person has a halo, right? But remember, I said, I don't know. There's something about this energy that I don't like, considering it's what's been keeping you in a cage. So here's the halo, but you have the wings. You also have a crown of thorns on your head, right? So you have more connection to what's going on within you than anyone else. This is also happening for someone literally, like there's something literally about to happen, okay, about to unfold, but there's also a larger message here going on for you about energy that you need to be aware of first in order to understand how to receive the omens properly. Okay, advice. We have birds with the Four of Swords and the the Six of Cups in reverse. Here's that halo again in reverse. Another halo cup energy in reverse. If someone doesn't want to receive what you have to offer them, don't bother. Someone is also, look at this, okay? Here's that open hand again, and here we have a pentagram now. If somebody doesn't like you or your energy, accept it. They are not meant to be in your energy, okay? It's okay. And it's okay if like they don't understand you. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to please anyone. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone unless it's like children that you have, right? But that's a kind of a different dynamic. You do have to kind of prove that you're efficient as a caregiver. But anyways, side note, you don't have to prove yourself to another adult, okay? You don't. You are an adult. Remember that. Okay, you know what the hell you're doing. How long you been here? How long you been here? You know what you're doing. And you're only going to get wiser. And if somebody is looking at you and telling you that you don't know who you are or what you've done or what you're going to do, I see this hand closing up. Close that up. You know, hold on to your energy. Close it in there for yourself. You don't need to give them any more of your energy here. The Four of Swords, it's like take a break. Have a rest. Okay, let's see what the outcome is. the Clover here with the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. This message is repeating, but maybe there's a point in it that it needs to be repetitious for one reason or another. But this is like somebody saying a lot of bullshit that isn't bringing you to a wiser or a new perspective. It's just kind of, it is maybe their repetition. It's like repeating the same message over and over again. But it's a message that maybe isn't useful for you. This person or this situation that you're dealing with, whatever they keep saying, I'm hearing spewing or like just making you feel. Even if they're not saying anything, like you can feel some kind of way about their energy. It has a desired outcome and it's not for your benefit. This is somebody's trying to take your energy here. This is very clear. And there's something they're saying about you being lucky, perhaps. Or that something will happen to you, but it's like finding a 4-leaf clover. It's like that it's it's not impossible, but it's near impossible. Tell me a little bit more about this. I'm hearing don't be late. I think that's my guides for me. So hold on. We'll wrap this up here. 8 of Cups. Yeah, you have to walk away from something here. What's the Clover though? 3 of Cups in reverse. If someone makes you feel lucky to listen to them, like, you know, oh yeah, I had a message before. So before I do readings, I like to shower just to like cleanse the energy off of me and just, you know, feel fresh, but also like for spiritual purposes. I also get a lot of good downloads when I'm interacting with water. And I heard chosen ones. And I know there's a lot of videos out there, and there's nothing wrong with that saying or whatever, you know, but there's a lot of videos out there about like chosen ones. And it's like, well, some are cool, no problem. Some cool. Others, It's like, who chose you? You chose you, you know? So there's something I'm getting reminded of that with the 3 of Cups, and I'm feeling it in the chest, like this is going to be triggering, I feel like, for those people. I don't feel like they're here, but you know, when they realize that the jig is up, you know, because some of those quote unquote chosen ones, and this could be happening in your community as well, you know, even chosen at work, or I chose you to love, you know, that kind of the choosy thingy. I'm hearing false bravado. It's false bravado. And it's like the messages sometimes are about who is not chosen. It's like, okay, so you were chosen to say who's not chosen. It's like, what else are you, like, you know, can we get a little bit further than that? You know? So be careful of that, because that's I'm hearing a big no-no. It's a big no-no. You know, we all are here energetically together. We are all connected. Chosen, not chosen, whatever, you know? So I don't know, there's a message there about something. I'm not trying to pass judgment on like a particular thing here. I'm not thinking about anything in particular. It's just a message about people who are so definitive of who's in and who's out. I'm hearing redemption. So you need to walk away from something that isn't furthering your perspective, that isn't making you feel connected, or is making you feel maybe judged, that makes you feel like, oh, am I included in this? Are they talking about me? I don't know, something like this. Okay. I feel like we need a closing message. I said a lot. Okay. Let's get one of these. Clear the book. Okay. Spirit guides, thank you for this message. Can we get a closer? The ghost dance. Oh, so many. I gotta go. The moon, the spiral, and the wind. Ooh. I'm gonna read the ghost dance, and then we'll see how we can tie it to the others. 22. The ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment, light a candle to them, and let your wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're being called to, somebody's trying to get you to repeat their tragic story. Don't do it. Step into the abundance that is offered to you. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you and write a new story for your life. If you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning, a lost youth, or opportunities missed, it's time to talk to your ancestors. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives, even through others, right? These soul contracts, they can reappear in multiple people. There is no learning for you there anymore. You've completed, I'm hearing Kali something, I don't know. You've completed this. Okay, I want to read the moon and then we'll go. The spiral in the wind is like you're entering a massive vortex of change. Okay, let's see what the... Every 28 days, the moon manifests a steady progression from darkness to light and then back again. This phenomenon in our skies has a powerful impact on our human psyches. It offers us the certainty that after periods of emptiness and darkness, there is light waiting so we can be reborn into a new phase. This calls to mind a native African prayer to the moon. May our lives be renewed as yours is. The moon also has a strong influence on the ebb and flow of the waters of earth. This same power in turn affects human feelings and emotions and mirrors their rising from or hiding back into the unconscious. The moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of the sun, and now it comes to remind you of this balance. Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagements? Or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon cycle and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connection with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs. This card calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time to be with yourself without the distractions of modern society and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unbraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. All right, collective. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.